Hey guys, welcome one and all to the Time Bomb channel, of course with myself, the Bombardier. And yep, in the spirit of providing a balanced perspective on the channel, we've got for you today what could quite possibly be the cheapest watch in the world. Now, you could argue that free is cheaper than these watches today, but we will use the semantically traditional view that cheap means bought at small cost, costing little money, or inexpensive. If it's cheap and nasty, well, I'll leave you guys to make that call in your comments down below. So Russell paper plastic, two watches that we've got for you today. And I honestly don't know how our Chinese cousins actually managed to do this, but these two watches cost £1.30 each. And as you can see from this shot of the website where we got them from, that's including shipping. And at that price with shipping, it's no longer cheap. I think it's actually free. Let's just pop them out of the plastic. It's a little bit noisy. Rustle, and then I'll readjust the camera. Yeah, so as I was saying, I mean, personally, I don't quite get how they do it. I mean, the battery, the steel, and the labour have to cost them something, don't they? I mean, my logical mind suggests that they have made a whole bunch of these things and have been unable to shift them, hence the silly price. Looking here at this seller, it also seems that they've made quite a few of these little watches and have got quite a few in stock, quite a bit of stock to actually get through. But enough of that. What does your hard-earned freeness actually get you? So the brand is Economici, or I don't know if that's actually economic Xi, in homage to President Xi. But as you can see, they've done away with the packaging to help keep costs down. These do come in other colorways, but unfortunately the budget only allowed that we have the white and the blue versions to share with you today. So what we've actually got then is apparently some type of stainless steel. It's probably splash proof at best, but don't quote me on that. It's 42 mils across, with 20 mil lugs, and then a top to bottom of 50 mils, and then 10 mils in depth. Unfortunately, and apologies for this, it is a false chrono. I'll drop up a close-up shot so you can see it a little bit better. But those chrono dials are only printed on, unfortunately. And again, the other apology, that the buttons on the side here are fixed and therefore artistic effect only. And again, as you would probably expect, the tachymeter scale again is only printed on here, and again purely for artistic points rather than any functionality. But then for £1.30, I don't think we're in a position to be able to grumble at all. On the dial, again, you can probably see better on the close-up shot, but you do have like these little swirly things going on here. And it does actually give you quite a bit of playfulness with the light as it reflects a little bit there. We do have a working date wheel in there. It's obviously it's not a screw down, it's simple pull out. And quite bizarrely, it is hacking, and as you can see, the hands are pretty sort of free and loose with your stem there. But again, I think that's probably par for the course with something like this. As the second hand then starts running again, you'll see that it hits, as I say, about 95% alignment. As it tricks around there. Not sure if we can see it so clearly on the blue, and that alignment I'm sure is going to have the Seiko fanboys no doubt pulling out their remaining hair in frustration, that if you can align a watch for £1.30, why can't you do it for $1,300 or something along those lines. The watches do have a rather fun tick to them. I'm not sure if the mic camera is going to pick this up with the clock in the background. Let me just see if I can get it close to the mic. No, I think the background clock over here, the time bomb clock, is probably even louder than these guys. But quite bizarrely, the blue one actually has a louder tick than the white one. Maybe it's just got a newer battery. As a consequence, I wouldn't recommend putting these on your bedside table. Sitting here on my desk today as I've been working, they've been clicking away quite noticeably. But I confess it's not actually an unpleasant sound to listen to. The AliExpress blurb suggests that this strap is actually leather, but it doesn't actually smell of anything at all. So I'm not quite sure what kind of leather they've used here. One of the keepers has this rather industrial staple hooked in there, which looks to me like a hair plucker. But if that is a concern to you, it does actually come on a mesh bracelet variant as well. If you know if that's going to worry you. The case back on the two models, let me just line them up for you there, on the two models is different. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think that the non-branded is better in this case, because that brand stamp is not brilliant and doesn't add any real value. And added to that, on the non-branded, let's just give it a little shine for you. On the non-branded, you do get quite a lot of light play, light movement as well, and that very, 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 very cheap steel as it sort of reflects. Yeah. Quite fun. Anyway, the lugs themselves do have a little bit of a drop, but a little bit like the IWC that I reviewed just the other day. They don't drop below the actual case back. So when it's on wrist, let me just show you, it kind of sits a little bit, about as flat as a pancake. Let me just pop that there for you so you can see what I'm talking about. It doesn't have it doesn't have any sort of comfort aspect to it at all. Just make sure the camera's picking that up for you nicely. Pancake sort of was the first definition I could come up with when sitting it on wrist. These are very, very light as well, and they're probably not going to take a lot of hard knocks. But I think the damage is more likely to be to the case paint and the glass, rather than the actual quartz movements that's ticking away inside. As a fun piece, I think it almost works for me. I probably take my watches just a little bit too seriously to actually wear something like this on a daily basis, but that's just me. Alright guys, I think I've covered off all the main aspects here that I wanted to. Please do let me know if you're actually tempted to add one of these to your collection, or whether you feel that you're buying yourself a bit of a watch liability here. And anyway, I'll finish with this question. Are we going to cut the red wire or the black wire on these £1.30 including shipping chronograph watches produced for us by our Asian cousins? Thanks as always for your time and for viewing, and until next time, of course, this is your host, the Bombardier, signing off. Cheers guys.